Torpisc Testing Demo Part 1. To test your Solitaire variant designs that I showed you how to design in the Torpisc Design demo, start with n-gram tests followed by depth search tests followed by benchmark tests on encrypted files. The n-gram tests should be divided into two types. The first one is n-gram tests without state analysis that you have to do beforehand to filter out any Solitaire variant design that is deemed to be unworthy of continued testing based on what the auto analysis feature of Torpisc tells you. And then after that, we are going to do Solitaire variant testing with state analysis. So what I'm going to choose here is the Solitaire variant of our choice from the Torpisc Design demo to figure out how strong it really is, and to test our educated guess on it to see how well we were able to understand the weaknesses in Solitaire in the previous demo. Since we have been taking advantage of all of the three concepts that I explored in the previous demo, I expect to see some astonishing results. So let's see what results the auto analysis feature of Torpisc gives us. I'm going to turn off the print results option and run this test for 10 minutes. I am going to do the exact same test on Solitaire and use it as a reference point to see what we get. So now let's make the assumption that 10 minutes have passed. I'm going to go ahead and checkmark the print results option for both of them and compare the results. At this phase, what we care about is more or less just the results of the auto analysis feature and just a look at the graph. So we are getting really good results for simulation 1, which is the Solitaire variant of our choice. The bounce test is passing for both of them, but if you compare the graphs, you would notice that the graph for the Solitaire variant of our choice is much better than the Solitaire graph, not just in the sense that it does not have the same sharp slopes that you see in the Solitaire graph, but also because the values are uniformly much higher. So this shows very promising results and is an indication that this Solitaire variant that we have been working on is in fact superior to Solitaire. But we still need to do more testing to confirm that and make sure there are no hidden glitches in this particular Solitaire variant. So now I am going to end these two tests and run them, this time with state analysis. Now I am going to run Solitaire and just click OK. I am going to run these two tests for at least 30 minutes, but in this demo I'm just going to turn on the print results because the purpose of this demo is to just show you how to do this. So when you are doing this on your own, you need to give it much more time. When you do n-gram testing with state analysis, it usually takes much longer, at least a few times longer, to get the same results that you would normally get without state analysis for obvious results, because it takes a lot of computing time when you add parameters for the state analysis that need to be used up to calculate state results. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the key graph for both of them and look at the uniformity of the results for the state graph. If you use the line approach and just stick with the line from right to left, you wouldn't see any increase or decrease in the values for the state sequence probabilities. So what this says is that the results are good. For Solitaire, you see a little bit. If you go to the left, the values move up a little bit, but for this Solitaire variant, you don't. So the state sequence probabilities graph for the Solitaire variant of our choice is actually better than for Solitaire. Now let's go ahead and look at the results in more detail in the simulation results window to see if we see anything in there that could be a sign of trouble. We have one here which is 100%. Here we have 99%, 89%. So this shows us that the results for the states are fairly uniform in the Solitaire variant that we are testing. There are no irregularities and they are uniform. Let's compare that to Solitaire. 1 to 99. 1 to 98. So, and then 86. And then 90. So this obviously visually shows that the state results are more uniform for the Solitaire variant of our choice. Now that we know that this particular Solitaire variant is in every sense superior to Solitaire, you could either move on to higher n-gram tests if your computer is strong enough, or follow up with the 2 additional tests that are offered in part 2 of this demo. Part 2 of this demo covers depth search testing, followed up with benchmark testing. I'm going to end this presentation at this point and let you watch Torpisc demo, testing demo part 2. Thank you.